Ladies, gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Please be advised that this movie has no nudity.
I'm out.
Come on, Annie. Let's go to the movies.
Yeah.
I just have to wee-wee.
And we're back. Just like the Five Musketeers.
What the hell am I looking at?
A country where culture means pornography and slasher films.
If you had these boobs, you'd be obsessed with them too.
Very exciting, big event. Everybody's excited, huh?
We hope you'll make this a weekly visit. Bring the family. Bring your friends.
We're Cinemadness Podcast.
Oh, Rexy, you're so sexy.
Oh, there we go. We can flap our arms and everything, just like Renee Zellweger. Moan a more.
Hey, how does my hair look?
All right. Well, in that case, welcome to our season premiere, season 4 of Cinemadness Podcast. Can it, Ralph? We are here to entertain you, I guess. My name is Adam. I am here with Allison.
Hello.
And Roman.
I don't have to explain my art to you.
Okay. Yeah, we are this series we're going to be celebrating ensemble movies. This is Roman's idea, so I'm going to hand the mic over to Roman as we begin the first episode in celebrating ensembles for the first episode in season 4. Can you believe this is our 4th season?
Yes.
I'm just really happy that Adam has not enforced the restraining order ever. That is great.
Ever. It's sitting there. It's sitting there.
Oh, yeah.
It's waiting for you to
man,
to mess up.
Yeah, but maybe I'll go to Atlantic City and maybe have a heater. Who knows? But
they've seen the thumbnail. They know what they're listening to.
I know. So let me explain a little bit. So,
what is, in your opinion, an ensemble movie?
Wait, aren't we telling them what the thing is that we're doing 3 episodes every time?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
we didn't do that.
Well,
I'll get to your question in a second.
It's more of a minimum of 3.
Yeah. I will get to your question in a second, but I just want to set the tone. I thought it would be appropriate. Boo. Exactly. So we were going to start this season off, and I was lucky enough to get the opportunity to start us off with a subject. And I thought what would be more poignant than to come together as a group and discuss some of the my favorite or our favorite group films or ensemble films. So let me go ahead and answer Adam's inquiry. So what do I define as an ensemble film? An ensemble film is usually a group of characters who are united in some sort of plight or some sort of strife, and they have to resolve said strife. Now, that's basically the gist of it. Now, there are some variations and there is some controversy out there. If you Google top ensemble films, you're going to find a lot of films, some that we won't even consider ensemble casts. Allison, I know you were doing some research on the subject matter. Can you tell me a little bit more about what you saw when you Googled ensemble cast?
There are a lot of movies listed for an ensemble cast, some of which I didn't see as an ensemble cast, which I'm sure we're going to get into.
Okay.
But by definition, an ensemble cast is a movie that contains multiple characters that, give or take, all of them have about the same amount of screen time.
Okay.
Roughly. That's what I saw.
All right. No problem. Adam, I'm going to flip it and reverse it. So what do you define as an ensemble film? And then we'll start talking about today's selection, which was selected by you.
I mean, Allison pretty much said it. It's a group of characters that have equal amount of screen time. I tend to lean towards the belief that there's no lead character in an ensemble film, but that's kind of just how I see them. My mind might change tonight.
Probably not.
I don't know. You made me love Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, but that was
strange.
So you mentioned that I won you over on Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I'll be honest with you.
I'll be honest with you.
I gotta be honest with you. That's
a good brogue you got.
It is, but
Oh my God.
Season 4, everybody. Bringing the brogue back.
I love it. But you know what we need to bring back? Why don't we bring back the subject? So today's topic was selected by our charming Adam. Adam, you were tasked with the job of finding a ensemble cast, one of your favorites to discuss.
You just gave us a list and we pick and chose.
Yeah, I just want, for the record,
Yeah.
I didn't, the movie I chose isn't a favorite. You know, I just picked it from the list because I only seen it once and I would like to see it again. So I just want it known out there that, you know, I was forced to watch one of these movies.
You like your movie.
I did.
Oh. I ended up liking it even more.
Okay. That's for the next episode.
Yeah.
So I just wanted for the record,
Yeah.
you gave us a good chunk because that's what we're doing now in this format. We're giving people a chunk so we don't go like all crazy, Adam, where we pick just like off the wall cuckoo stuff. We have a format. So for the record, he gave us a format.
Yes.
Yes.
We are becoming more and more structured as into our
Yes.
4th season.
Although, when he gave us the format, Adam goes, well, what about X, Y, and Z? And we're like, that wasn't on the list.
And I did not choose that.
Well, yeah, because you're supposed to choose what's on the list,
I
but
know.
you were like, where's this and where's that? So, you know, I'm just saying it wouldn't be you if you didn't ask for whatever was outside the list.
And the one that I wanted to do was because it was an outlandish version or an outlandish movie that it would be fun to talk about.
And what
because
was it?
It was The Quick and the Dead by Sam Raimi.
Oh, I thought you wanted 200 cigarettes.
No, I would like to do 200 cigarettes, but it's out of print
You
and it's
can't
really
find
hard
it
to
anywhere.
find.
You hear that, Ben Affleck?
And Casey Affleck.
And Christina Ricci. But Ben Affleck listens because he does Dunkin' Donut commercials now.
Right.
Oh, great. So now he's officially Al Pacino from the film with Adam Sandler,
Dunkachino. And speaking of him becoming Adam Sandler, becoming Al Pacino, he is permanently stuck in his Batman voice now.
Really?
I'm fine with that.
Oh,
He's just like, I'm Ben Affleck.
Oh, yeah.
We're all fine with that.
All of us.
Indifferent.
All of the women are fine with that.
Well, while we're talking about films that one of these days I think we'll eventually cover, because when it comes back to my turn, maybe I might force it in with Westerns.
Ooh, don't force it in.
Oh, yeah. And Allison's just giving me this look. She's just quivering.
We're gonna win her over with
not with
spaghetti
westerns.
Oh,
No,
hell yeah!
No,
The good, the
bad, and the ugly
weird.
is the good, the bad, and the ugly is one of the best movies that's ever been made.
Okay, well,
a great Korean film. The good, the bad, and the weird.
Yes,
absolutely enjoy it.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to discussing that, but we're not discussing that today.
We are not.
you can
What are we
discuss it with
discussing
another
today?
person.
What are we discussing today? Fair Adam.
Oh, I'm fair. I'm not very fair. I've been in the sun a lot recently, so I'm kind
it's
of
either
tan
fair
now.
or carnival. Which one did you want?
I'm more of a carny person. I'm a carny. We are doing the 1995.
Yep.
1995 comedy dramedy Empire Records, one of my absolute favorite movies of all time. I did a Real Stories from the Isles from that. Mm-hmm. It's my favorite movie of the 90s period. Yeah, I think it's a good ensemble flick, so let's get talking about it.
All right. So why don't we go ahead and get started and talk about the... Did we want to break it down? You want to...
It's your show, dude.
All right. So spoiler alerts, if you haven't watched the film, we were going to be spoiling the high hell out of everything that we're going to cover. So Empire Records, I'll just go ahead and run through my notes on it in terms of what's going on, and we can kind of piggyback, and if you want to add some tidbits or geektoids.
Did you prepare for this?
Yes.
Okay. Just asking.
Yeah.
Just asking.
Yeah.
I didn't know we were doing an off-the-cuff episode. That's cool.
No. Well, you know what? It's season 4. We're exploring new worlds and civilizations and boldly going.
The rules have changed.
100%. So we start off with the great sound of hipster slide guitars. Who doesn't love that for the opening for Empire Records? Yeah. Then, of course, we got Lucas in Shades. Renee Zellweger gives the plot drop about how he's in charge, closing down.
So what? I'm gonna break in. What version of this movie did you watch?
I watched the one that's readily available on Plex. So
I don't. So it's probably the theatrical version, not the fan remix.
No, it
Okay.
is the theatrical version.
Because
So
there is a scene in that when he's counting the money as this woman comes in late to buy a record.
No, that was not in the one that. Allison, did you watch it on Plex or did you have your own copy? How did you watch the film?
I watched it on streaming. Plex thing.
Okay.
I
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't watch whatever he's talking about.
The one that was on the iTunes.
No.
The one that was on the iTunes. Yeah, it's the fan remix. It had put all the deleted scenes back into the movie.
So, anyways, getting back to the storyline. So Renee Zellweger makes her appearance. Renee. Hot off of her appearance in Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation. Here she is in all the glory and all her beauty. And she gives basically a plot as we know that Lucas is to what are his rules? Anybody? Allison, I'm going to go Allison first.
What is the question?
What are Lucas's rules?
What are Joe's rules for Lucas's closing?
Oh, I don't remember.
All right.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Count the money twice, Adam.
Oh.
Keep your hands off by cigars and drums.
You're forgetting one.
Alcohol?
Beer.
Beer.
Yeah.
Big responsibility, Lucas.
Yes, but Joe's rules are extremely simple. Count money twice, keep my hands off of his beer, cigars, and drumsticks.
My. How will you remember it all? Good luck. Don't screw it up.
And as he's doing this, of course, naturally, you kind of have a pan to him touching the beer, touching the drumstick, smoking a cigar while he's counting the money. So he at least followed one of the rules. High five.
Yeah, he did count the money twice.
He did. And then he discovers...
9,104.
And then he discovers...
Music Town.
Music Town. Yes, that is
the Music
correct.
Town overlay that, no company would ever send them.
Yeah, that pretty much just spells it out right there. It's like, and then almost like some noir film where he's overlaying the Music Town onto Empire Records.
It's almost like it's a movie.
Yeah, I was expecting like the Broken Teacup, like circa like Unusual Suspects, where it's like, that's
I've never
the
seen
twist.
The Unusual Suspects.
Oh yeah, it's a sequel. It's the prequel actually.
That's the one. That's the one that is actually made by Muppets.
It's season 4. I made a vow to my wife not to do too many Muppets introductions or anything like that. So we'll see.
Well, that's gonna fail.
Oh, 100%. It's one of those things. No, honey, I'm not going to go drinking with the boys, and you show up stone drunk. So there you go. But anyways,
drinking with the boys.
We're not getting lathered up and playing volleyball again, Adam. It didn't go well. Okay. All right. Anyways,
next year's picnic.
So, Lucas discovers Music Town, and now we go ahead and pan to him wearing yellow sunglasses and driving to Atlantic City.
Okay.
All right. Nothing. No.
I hope people have seen this movie. Because
Well,
you didn't really explain the premise of the movie. We're just going right into every scene. Can we talk about how gross Lucas is?
Let's talk
What's
about
gross about Lucas?
Oh, his hair.
He has a
His
Caesar
hair,
haircut.
his turtleneck type of thing he wears. He's just, I don't know. He's just no bueno. Just saying.
He was an orphan.
And he wet the bed.
What does that have to do with having a bad haircut?
Until he was 10.
I don't know.
Everything's superb.
I don't like him. I don't like his
Say that
character.
one more
I don't like
time.
him.
Superb.
Anyways, so I have notes. Of course, Lucas is impulsive and lesson in responsibility. So,
And he's lucky.
he is.
He's very lucky.
He is
Until he's not.
Yeah. So Lucas shows up, of course, in the casino in Atlantic City, and literally, like, he's just oozing confidence, cock full of confidence. Everything he does is just rolling up aces. He just, he helped with a slot machine, and of course, jackpot. He
guessed the right roulette.
And he is the man. He is basically Rain Man without the autism, and he is just rolling. And until,
Lucas is on some kind of spectrum, I imagine.
I think so. Like, knowing what we know now, we probably would have said that he was on some sort of, because he's antisocial. He has
a motorcycle.
I think a lot of the characters could be on the spectrum or have something going on.
Yeah.
Oh, they're all flawed characters.
Look at Mark and
Mark, Eddie,
Robin Tunney's character is
Burko.
Extremely disturbed.
Burko's basically the what is it?
He's just a music hipster.
No, he's basically what is it? Lips from Mayhem. No, Melodies Mayhem. Dr. Teeth and Electric Mayhem.
Electric Mayhem.
Yeah. So Burko's basically the guy who has the sunglasses on. Yeah.
Constantly
the
carrying his guitar.
Guy?
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
Zoot.
That's his name.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, it goes back to freaking Muppets every time. Muppet.
Well, I lasted three minutes, folks. After my
you know, it's going to be funny when we never choose a series on Muppets.
That probably will be like our ending episode, like when we will finally
the series finale.
And it's not going to be a good episode because you're going to be all Muppeted out.
Muppeted out.
So. Spaceship. Well, no, with this current format, we'll be okay because we'll choose 3 Muppet films, and that's where.
I mean, I already know which one everybody would pick. Okay, but
oh, I want to know this now.
No, we'll talk about it on the break.
I know which one people wouldn't pick.
Okay. Anyways, so let's go ahead and move forward. So. Lucas loses the money, so now we cut to where the characters are introduced. And it's kind of a running gag where everyone has a theory on what happened to Lucas and the money.
Yes, it gets more and more elaborate, like in a game of telephone.
So we now are introduced to the character of Joe, who's played by Adam. Help me out with names.
Magliano.
Yes,
sure.
Magliano, Maganello. Not to be confused with the guy that was from True Blood, Joe Magnello.
Okay, and Allison.
Anthony
LaPaglia.
That's it. That sounds just like Magnello.
Yep.
Anthony LaPaglia.
I just want a caramello now.
Ooh, caramello. Yeah, do they still make those?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Huh.
I know they make Rolos.
I remember the song.
Caramello's made by Cadbury.
Oh, Cadbury. You know what? That darn commercial has lasted 40 years. Cadbury eggs, which we're not sponsored by. But anyways, let's go ahead and move forward.
Okay, yes.
So
Anthony LaPaglia.
So he's also in one of my favorite underrated comedies, So I Married an Axe Murderer.
So is Debbie Mazar.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, isn't it Mazer?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah.
I thought I've been calling her something wrong.
She was also in Space Truckers. with what's his name? I can't. Never mind. Stephen Dorff.
Okay.
Space Truckers was a terrible sci-fi movie made for HBO, and I love it.
Dorff.
So we quickly find out from the characters that it's Rex Manning Day.
So nobody gives a crap but one person.
And I think it's funny that like they don't really explain anything up until you find out that it's just some washed up guy coming to visit, but they're like, it's Rex Manning Day.
Yeah, like you should know who Rex Manning is.
In fact, when they played the music video the first time I saw it, I'm like, is this a real guy?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, is that Joey Lawrence?
Well, yeah. Whoa.
It did look like a Joey Lawrence video.
Yeah. Funny. Go ahead.
I would say what's funny about that video was it was supposed to be shot for 17 seconds, and they ended up making a 4-minute music video.
You and I are on the same page, my friend.
It was amazing.
See, and Mama Allison thought you and I can't get along. Are you kidding me? No, we're like thick as thieves. We're basically like, conjoined twins right here.
No more.
The night is young.
Oh, yes. So, Rex Manning Day, we find that out because Renee Zellweger is picking up Liv Tyler's character from a really big house.
You skipped a whole big part.
Okay, go ahead.
Where Joe shows up for work and
I said he's pissed.
Joe shows up for work and And AJ and Mark are there, who had just recently talked to Lucas, and they're in the know as Joe is unlocking the door.
Friggin' Rex Manning Day.
What's up with the hostility, Joe?
Say no more, Monet more.
Mwah. Lips to fuck, kisses, baby, Zita, Thor. Wow.
They found what's his name asleep.
Yeah, Lucas was asleep on his bike.
Lucas asleep. They knew what was up.
Yes.
Nothing gets past AJ.
Nothing.
AJ in his pocket watch.
Yes.
Yeah. Can I just say, when I saw this film way back when, I immediately latched onto AJ because he was the artist.
Mm-hmm.
He was really horrible telling his crush how he felt, which I was that way until I was about, 16, and I actually had access to a car.
I'm still that way.
Oh.
I'm single.
Yeah, well, hey, you're awesome.
Thank you.
Did you dress like AJ?
I did.
He was like the most fashionable, I think.
No,
I always wore like the long sleeves over my hands, and
like the long sweaters.
Yeah, the big sweaters.
I had wide leg Jinko jeans because I was extremely self conscious of my feet, because I had the same large feet pretty much my whole life.
We all had Jinko jeans. They're
Speaking
amazing.
of feet length, I just discovered the whole feet arm thing.
Yeah,
I never knew that until like last week.
No,
really?
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, it matches.
Yeah, I was
crazy.
blown away.
Lucas has really good footwear, which we eventually see that when he's on the couch, but we're not there yet, because
we are not
after
there.
we find out about Rex Manning Day, and of course Joe being pissed, and Joe eventually finding out that his money's gone and he's extremely pissed off, then we cut to Renee Zellweger in her little Corvette, kind of beat up Corvette, picking up Liv Tyler, who's coming from a really nice house.
Yes.
And she made cupcakes, and she has an album of Rex Manning where you can see him when he was younger, and you can kind of already get the gist that he's like, basically, if Leif Erikson didn't do a shitload of drugs at the age of 14, probably would have ended up being Rex Manning.
Or Leif Garrett.
Him too.
Leif Erikson. Leif Erikson discovered America.
Yeah,
I heard you say Garrickson, so I think you combined both together.
Well,
and I appreciate that.
He
was a pop star that discovered America.
Yes.
He was a pop star that discovered
Time Machine. Vinland.
Yeah, a time machine that went back and he fornicated with Leif. Anyways, so
no, he was basically Sean Cassidy, because he was on the Family Way, and
okay.
I just thought it was funny that, so she's on her way to college, right? She's going to go to college.
She's
so
going
she's
to Harvard.
19, maybe? 18, 19? Okay. That's unrealistic to be infatuated and have such a schoolgirl crush on this 55-year-old man. I'm just saying. I mean, could it be viewed at like, yeah, you're kind of hot as an older guy? Yes. But that's not normal. Like 18, 19-year-old girls are not going to be like infatuated with somebody that old.
Well, I think she still sees him as Rex Manning from The Family Way.
So, and she kind of says that throughout the film when she throws herself at him, which we'll get to shortly.
I think she has daddy issues.
Well, that's, yeah.
In real life and.
Boy.
You mean her dad putting her on a stripper pole in a music video didn't do like bad
16?
things?
No. Well, I also think, and we can discuss this later, but she also had another person that was related to her on set. So I think that might have screwed her up. But
but
I'm just saying. I don't know. She
Yeah,
needs to pick on some. She needs to lust after somebody her own age.
Yeah. And she was 17 when she was shooting this film, believe it or not, and she was right off of the cusp of her
crazy
videos.
Right?
Yeah, her video crazy.
Well, she's dressed just like the videos, so.
Well, she's wearing a lot more clothes, but then
she still has that, like, Liv Tyler. Like, if you say Liv Tyler from the 90s, the little plaid schoolgirl skirt and the small midriff showing cashmere spice. There you go.
What about the leather pants? She wore leather pants and Crazy.
Yeah, but no, I'm talking about this movie. Like I just think of her.
Well, right, she's front and center in this.
Right,
yeah.
and like that's what I always remember her.
In
with.
Reinventing the Abbotts, she was not wearing that. She was wearing 50s garb, which, by the way, I love that film.
1950s.
I love that film.
Okay. All right.
Anyways. So we find out that it's Rex Manning Day, and we get introduced to what Rex Manning Day is through the perspective of the girls, where Renee Zellweger doesn't really give two shits, and
she licks her LP,
which is ironic
because we find out that she's a very promiscuous woman.
Yes.
Oh, somebody who only wears a what do you call those things? Like the Home Depot things. What?
Oh,
an apron.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, we don't know that
Nothing
yet.
but an apron. She's not promiscuous.
Anyways, so...
and then we get the Rex Manning video.
Yes.
Say no more, no more.
Yes. And we also, as they're driving away, or as they're talking, we actually get the Gin Blossom song, which actually did really well on the soundtrack for Empire Records and actually did better than the movie.
Yep.
The soundtrack, I believe, sold 3 million units, and the movie completely bombed.
Yeah, the movie was a VHS success, is what it was.
Yeah, it was definitely, like, I found it when it was played ridiculous amount of times on HBO.
Yeah, I first encountered it on HBO.
Mm-hmm.
But the next scene is another deleted scene that you only get in the fan remix, is when they pull up to the record store, and you find out that Burko lives behind the record store in a trailer. He comes out with his guitar.
Yeah.
And they also cut out where AJ was telling them everything that happened, and then in the theatrical cut they show up and you hear them scream, and then they come in, and this one you hear the actual conversation, and then you hear them scream, and then they come in and they're like, "Oh, Act Natural Joe's here."
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, no, that works. Oh, and also I believe in this scene, this is where AJ lays out for everybody that he's going to confess his love to.
Yes.
Oh no, that was
1:37 p.m.
Yeah. How's that go? Oh no, really bad timing, and you're really, really heavy on the friends list. But we'll talk about that more shortly.
Do you feel that there was like too many people working at the same time in this record shop?
Well, in Joe's defense, Liv Tyler wasn't scheduled to be there that early. She was scheduled later.
Yeah, because she just showed up for Rex Man Day. But even still, that's a lot of people working in a record store.
Why do you think Mitchell was so pissed? Mitchell, of course.
Mitchell Beck.
Yeah, we find more about him shortly. But let's go ahead.
And also, Eddie has another job. He works at a pizza place.
Yeah, and you find that out. Apparently, Eddie works like across the street or nearby at a pizza place, and his other job is working at Empire Records, and he has no sense for rhythm whatsoever when they're playing the song Money, and he does a gyration with his hips.
Which is strange because he is like the biggest music snob of the group.
And you find that out in the theatrical version at a weird post-credit scene where it just shows him sitting on a curb
talking about how much he hates Primus.
Yeah, and there's no context, nothing.
No.
Yeah, which I thought was great if it would have been a stoner film, because that would have been a great like stoner moment. It's like, no man, Primus, nah man.
And Eddie is like the stoner supplier too.
Yeah,
the brownies with extra sugar.
Yes. So now we see the characters essentially getting ready for Rex Manning Day and starting their usual days. You see a bunch of sugar in coffee. Speaking of which, like so much sugar in coffee.
You know, that song is not on the soundtrack. The punk sounding song. The one they're dancing to while setting up the store.
Why?
I don't know.
Well,
it's not on the soundtrack. I actually had to buy the CD off of eBay because it went out of print in like the late 90s.
What, the soundtrack?
No, the CD of that song.
Oh, wow.
I can't remember the name of the song. Seems I think everyone but me. I don't know. The one they were singing and dancing to that AJ puts a flame to.
So wrong. So wrong.
Listening to this crap will guarantee to make you sterile.
How many kids you got?
Me, none.
Okay, there you go. More proven. You had yep, there you go. Just saying. But anyways, so Of course, we have Lucas coming back,
which is even funnier in my version because he just drops out of the ceiling behind Mark or behind AJ, and he's like, "Lucas, where did you come from?" He's like, "The roof." He just behind him, which makes Lucas's more mysterious, strange ways of the day even more mysterious and strange, and just so lovable.
So how did they have the moment in your version with the quarters, the bucket of quarters?
That's still there.
Did he have it in his hand when he flew through the ceiling?
No.
Okay.
He was just there. It's a continuity error.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see. If it was a stoner film, it would have worked.
He may have left and come back. I don't know. He may have left to to talk to AJ and just left and then come back. And they're like, "Oh, Lucas."
So the balls on Lucas, where he strolls in, at least on the theatrical version.
He starts flicking the coins.
Yeah, he's handing quarters away, so on and so forth, and he has this bucket of quarters. And then
it's one of my favorite lines. It's like, "Lucas, where's the money? It's in Atlantic City. What's it doing in Atlantic City? Recirculating."
Yeah.
Lucas had the best lines in that movie.
And I liked how...
And he's such a good actor at it.
Yeah. I liked how Joe, they gave him a slow burn where you knew eventually he was going to lose his shit.
He was going to crack.
Mm-hmm. But he is trying so hard, and there is so much actual, meat to Joe's character.
Mm-hmm.
And even in the really horrible cut theatrical version, it's still there. His divorce is how he's not good with women, the lesbian, leaving for lesbian, so on and so forth. That's really deep, and it goes more into it. And they really kept it, and how Anthony Paella,
Anthony Paella.
Anthony Paella. Ooh, delicious. So how he is presented, he really does a great job. And of course, at one point, Joe hits the quarters out of the way. AJ never missing a moment to make art. Starts gluing it on the floor, but we find that a couple minutes later, which before we get into more of the film and talk about the introduction of Deb, what are your thoughts up to this point in the film, Allison? Any notes, anything you got that I missed?
My notes. My notes are just overall in general. Let me see. Yeah, just overall in general. So nothing so far.
I like that you've made your own waiting music.
I mean, it's fine with me. Every time it'll change.
Okay.
Because I don't know what I just did.
All right. So any tidbits or any Allison notes? Allie notes?
Well, the only one that I had started to allude on was what's his name? Coyote. What's his name? Burko.
Burko. Yeah.
He is married to Bebe, who is the mother, the real life mother of Liv Tyler, who used to be with. Mm-hmm. So she was just hanging out with her stepdad.
Yep.
Who's 12 years older than she is.
Right. Yeah.
At the time, he was 29.
Yeah. He clearly, did he lie about his age, or were they just okay?
Yeah, so that's actually a pretty interesting tidbit there. See, I did study, man. Just saying.
See how I just thank you. Opened the door for you in the coyote? Is it coyote or coyote?
Coyote.
No, how is his name spelled? Pronounced?
I don't know.
I think it's coyote.
I think it's coyote.
Because he really is a musician.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the story?
I just call him Burko.
So... Burko sounds like the cousin of Johnny, or Johnny Brasco.
Johnny Briscoe?
No.
Johnny Brisket.
No.
From Clueless?
No.
Donnie Brasco?
Thank you.
Johnny Depp?
At least we're getting there.
Actually, you think about it, Burko actually is probably on,
then who's the guy from Clueless?
That would be Paul Rudd.
No. The
Jeremy
Jeremy
Sisto.
Sisto. He does look like Jeremy Sisto.
Oh man,
he does not look like Johnny Depp. I don't know where you're going with the Johnny Depp.
No,
because of the Donnie Brasco.
Oh.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
Everything's separated by Johnny Depp.
So what is the story about Coyote?
Or Coyote?
So he knew that they were looking for younger guys, so he lied about his age, so therefore he get hired. Which I just want to know how much pot the production staff was smoking, when they looked at him, and go, yeah,
you look like a teenager.
yeah.
It's the same people who hired the people for 90210.
I was about to rotate that. It's like as you see,
or
Jason,
any John Hughes movie.
Yeah,
Jason Priestley
or Grease.
Yeah,
The same people who looked at
Grease.
Stockard Channing and was like, "You look like a
High
senior
school.
in high school, baby."
Senior keyword. Senior keyword. Yes.
Senior discount.
I mean, when you have Kanicki, who basically has a bowling pattern, a widow's peak,
and craters.
Oh, yeah.
Crater face. Okay.
Anyways, a hickey from Kanicki's like a Hallmark cut. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. So picking up, we are introduced to Deb, of course, played by the wonderful woman whose name I'm going to butcher. So
Robin Tunney.
Robin Tunney.
Oh yeah, from the Craft.
Craft. Sorry,
She was doing The Craft at the same time.
Was she?
Yes.
Then it must have been after they.
It was.
filmed
I'm
The
sorry.
Craft.
It was after
Yeah.
Empire Records, because The Craft, she's wearing a wig the entire time because she shaved her head.
Yeah. So that's funny you bring it up, because we're introduced to Deb.
Free in the moment.
We're introduced to Deb, and they really didn't flesh her character out that much, because we kind of pick up. They spell out that there is a relationship with her and Burko. Didn't work out. They're two artists, so on and so forth in their own regards. But then later on in the film, there's this she basically is dry humping AJ. During the dance.
Yeah,
which they
she
never
licks him.
Yeah, like that really had some tension to it. It's like, wait, AJ, I thought you were all for.
Well, he was doing it to make her jealous because she denied him on the roof.
Man, she's doing that to make her jealous.
No,
poor
he
Liv-
was doing
He was gonna
that.
make her
Poor
jealous.
Liv Tyler, because man, her best friend bangs her crush. Her BFF is dry humping the girl who she planned the funeral for. I mean, come on, man. She's having a hell of a day. Forget this. This should be Clerks with her being like the main character, Dante. It's like, I'm not even supposed to be working this shift.
Oh, it's Rex Mania Day.
Yeah, that's
She asked for it.
Yep.
Yeah. Of course, so we're introduced to Deb. And of course, Deb shaves off her hair.
Another fantastic line in that movie.
You did have hair when you went in there, right?
Yeah, it's still in the sink if you want to glue it.
Yeah, because right before that scene, we see the aforementioned gluing of the quarters.
And she has bandages on her arms.
Oh, for the record, I glued quarters to my bedroom floor. My mom got pissed. Okay, I had to literally have a hairdryer.
Did you tell her that you didn't have to explain your art to her?
I don't know. I didn't have function of my jaw for about 3 weeks.
Jen and I had a small table. It's like smaller than this. And in the early 90s, no, this is after we graduated high school. So early 2000s, every rave and club we went to, we brought home flyers. Those flyers like DJ
So you
Baby Ann
hodgepodged?
and DJ Stuff. So we hodgepodged all over. It was awesome. And then we glued like a couple quarters and dimes and pennies. And every time someone would come over and they'd go like this and try to get it, we just laughed and thought it was like the funniest thing in the world. It just made people look like idiots every time.
That is true.
Yes.
That is true.
Most of my friends, when they saw my floor, they knew it's like, oh, you like Empire Records, huh? I'm like, yeah, I do. I'm an artist. Anyways, so
You don't know my struggle.
of course, I just want to know what job, guys. How many jobs have you had where they have electric razors readily available?
She brought her own. It was in her bag.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Okay, I missed that.
I missed that too.
Maybe
Yeah,
it wasn't in our copy. Sorry.
But you're right. They wouldn't just have one. I don't know. Well, maybe. I
Well,
mean,
she
Burko
brought-
lives behind, so
That's
maybe
true.
he came over and, I don't know.
There you go.
Although he has a lot of hair, so
He does.
he has good hair.
He does.
He really does.
So does AJ.
I want AJ's hair.
AJ's adorable. I
Oh.
don't know what happened to that kid, but
He was in like a couple movies and then gone.
Yeah.
Lucas has a career. He's been in like CSI shows, and he was in something recently that we saw. It was a movie that we saw. He played a cop.
I will look it up.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Really memorable.
Because I was like, is that Lucas?
And one of the things that people have made comments on and makes this movie lovable is some of the zingers that they have in the one-liners. And soon after we see Deb, we see her interaction with Renee Zellweger's character. And they have some great one-liners, great banter back and forth, where you can tell they're almost like a sisterhood, where they're busting each other's chops.
They're frenemies.
Yeah, they're frenemies, and it's really cute.
Shock me with your deviant behavior.
And then we're led to an awkward scene where there's a mosh pit in the middle of the record store. I repeat, a mosh pit in the middle of a record store.
Well, we need to clear this up, too.
Please.
The employees are allowed to play anything they want, but each employee gets one veto per day. And it's kind of a running gag that kind of goes away towards the second half of the movie. Every time Mark tries to play a song, someone vetoes it within, like, the first verse. The first one happened while they were cleaning. AJ vetoes it. And then the mosh pit thing happens, and Renee Zellweger's character vetoes it. She's
Poor
like,
Mark.
She's like, you know how this music gets. People get all crazy like it.
Yeah. Eddie presents a mixtape to
Gina. That's her name. I couldn't think of her freaking name. Renee Zellweger's character.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It's because she doesn't look like a Gina.
Yeah, sorry, I'm thinking of 40-year version. Gina, sup?
I just watched that part of that movie. It was on the other day, and I'm like, I haven't watched this movie. And they went,
Tuck your sack back.
And she's like, Gina, sup?
And you are Gina?
Gina, hey, what's up?
Nothing.
Look, I'm gonna be real honest with you. It's been a long time since I've been with a man. Spent a lot of time with the ladies. Looking to get back up on that pogo stick, you know what I'm saying?
Excuse me?
You're a good-looking man.
Thank you.
Very pretty. Real soft, delicate features. They're real feminine, you know, which is good for me because that would be a simple sort of transition, you know what I'm saying? Maybe throw a little rouge on ya. Tuck your sack back. You game?
No.
I'm like, oh my God, that is so funny. And then when they were leaving, Seth Rogen's like, yeah, or some Paul
Believe it or not.
Paul Rudd goes, yeah, there weren't a lot of winners here. He's like, I don't know, but vagina seemed pretty cool. Like, it was just so funny to me.
Believe it or not, it was Gina.
Gina. So anyways, so Eddie presents, I believe it's, he presents Mark with the mixtape, right?
Yes, the mixtape and the brownies.
Yeah. Which
the music is the glue of the world.
Exactly, and then he presents a mixtape to him. Okay, and
this movie was so profound to teenage me. The stuff that Lucas said, the stuff that Eddie said, you know, it's just like it all stuck in my head. And that's at junior and senior year. Adam was Empire Records, like the entire cast.
So, did you wear underwear when you wore your apron, or did you just go full commando?
Oh, I wore underwear.
Okay.
At least on the bottom.
Oh.
I didn't wear a bra.
Well, duh, because you're rebellious.
That's right.
Little minx.
That's right. I just let them hang.
Yeah. Hey, look. You know what? No problem with that. If that's what you want to do, okay, great. No
also,
problem.
I did work at a rinky-dink comic shop in my high school years while this movie was coming out. So, like, I really connected to that type of mentality that was at the in the movie.
You wanted to damn the man.
I applied,
and we did damn the man. It's funny that you said that.
Damn the man.
Our company was bought out by ABC, the network.
Really?
And when we found out that they were buying us out, we gave up on actually just working and just started stealing shit.
Wow. All right. What's the statute of limitations? Anybody quick? No?
This was 1997.
I think it's 7 years.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. Yeah. For the record, we don't endorse stealing whatsoever. So, yeah, please don't.
Unless it's a giant corporation, or if it's for starving families.
So, how did you find out that you're being bought out by ABC? Did they get a lot of Urkel
stuff?
They told
us.
us. Did they get it Urkel stuff?
They told us, and then they put a big ABC on our kiosk.
BBD.
East Coast family.
Whoa. Never skip a beat. No.
Oh, yeah. I'll keep going.
Oh, so can I. I can do Boyz II Men, Motown Philly all day. But anyway, so We cut back to now Lucas sitting on the couch, and they continue to talk things out, try and flush out what's going on. Joe's basically slowly trying not to beat the living shit out of Lucas, and he keeps on trying to give Lucas an opportunity to not
be Lucas.
Yeah, and he fails miserably.
Yes.
Like it, and Joe outlines it, goes, that money I was going to buy us out. I needed that money. Dun dun dun. Irony. And
irony.
Yes, and then of course we get a little bit of information on Mitchell, where of course Lucas goes, Mitchell's a man, Joe. And,
damn the man.
Yeah, damn the man. And that's where Joe says, do not leave this couch under any circumstances. But what if I have to pee?
As long as it's to get unless it's to get $9,000, then you get up and hand it to me, okay?
Yes. No, that sounds like my uncle there. So yeah, if you're going to give me my money, sure. But anyways, of course we have
which is great because Lucas, takes pieces of the couch with him because he's technically not leaving the couch and he wanders the store. Yeah.
So we get music. More music. This whole film is about the music, and that's what I love about it. Still to this day, that's one thing that still stands out very strong is the strong music. So we get the Buggles, the video killed the radio star.
Because they're getting ready for Rex Manning Day.
Of course. And that's where Mark breaks down his idea, Lucas, about starting a band. Call it Mark.
With a C.
C, because his name's with a K. And
real psychedelic
Lucas,
trip out thing.
Yep. And then we're introduced to a character, Warren Beatty.
Warren Beatty.
Yeah.
Oh, Warren.
Allison, what are your thoughts on Warren Beatty?
Oh, he's a cute little shoplifter.
Yes. Whose sister never made the theatrical cut. On your copy, did they show the sister?
No. Her and Tobey Maguire has been cut completely.
Well, Tobey Maguire was tripping balls
But
apparently in the director's basement.
Corey's younger sister does show up in my cut and gives her the letter from Harvard.
Huh.
Early in the movie.
Well, I can see why that was cut. It's not really needed.
Well, and there's also that one actress who was cut from the scenes. She was she was wearing short shorts, blue shorts. I forget her name. I looked her up. Daniela something or the other. No. There was another character. But anyways, that's neither here nor there.
Doesn't Warren Beatty look like the kid that's in We Are the Millers, kind of?
Kind of, yeah. Bit. Just all redheaded kids look the same. Adam Warlock.
Warren Beatty just reminds everybody they should wear condoms because you don't want your kid to be Warren Beatty.
Another great thing, another great line when they catch Warren, when they're trying to figure out who he is.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like...
We're going to get to that in a second.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay. All right.
So Warren Beatty shoplifts, and then there's this whole action scene. In really squeaky voice. Warren is caught by Lucas, and you see Lucas basically doing the 70s cop, 70s beat cop thing where he's hopping over cars, and he somehow becomes Jason Voorhees and shows up in a car, magically transport himself when Warren Beatty thinks that he's safe and sound.
Well, Lucas does stop, see where he's going, and goes a different direction in the chase.
Yeah. After this happens, Warren Beatty's caught, and they're interrogating Warren Beatty. This is where we see Burko for the first time come in. Kind of, for those of you who are 90s generation, he reminded me a little bit of Sam from Clarissa Explains It All, where he just kind of shows up, and it's like, sup.
Yeah.
Deep cut there, guys. And now the next scene is we're introduced to Jane the Redhead.
Wait, do you think
we're still interrogating?
Yeah, we
Warren.
got to make fun of Warren's music choices. But do you think normally under a normal day when Lucas doesn't owe thousands of dollars, do you think Lucas really would have pushed this shoplifter as much as he did? I think he was trying to get back on his good graces just a little bit.
I think he would.
Okay.
I think that's him being Lucas, being part of the team.
Okay, I disagree.
Okay.
Well, because remember, if he's on the spectrum, he's like a bulldog. He's like a bulldog.
Yeah, but he's also I view him as a lazy person. in some instances.
No, he's a genius, but
you can be genius and lazy.
Yeah, no, and that's where I was coming from. Is he knows where to put effort and where not to.
That's what I mean by that. I just don't necessarily know if he would have put forth all of that effort. I think he wanted to get back on Joe's a little bit good graces.
Well, here's why I think he would do it. The people at Empire Records are his family. Everybody loves him. He loves everyone. And to steal from Empire Records would be to steal from his family. And he would do anything to stop that.
But he stole.
He stole to make more.
I understand, but it's still stealing.
It's not, though.
Okay.
He was extremely impulsive. He
was trying to save his home.
I understand, but at the end of the day, he still stole. So I'm just saying, I just don't think he would have put that much of an effort in.
But if he would have talked his feeling out to Joe, we wouldn't have a movie. Really, I mean,
No.
there you go. There would have been no tension with.
It would just be
Joe.
AJ moping around, going, "I'm not loved."
Yeah. Anyways, go dry hump Deb. Come on, AJ. No, I'm kidding.
Say no more.
Of course.
But when they're interrogating Warren, his music was
Whitney Houston.
metal,
For my
rap,
girlfriend.
metal, rap, Whitney Houston.
It's for my girlfriend.
Sure it is. So how old are you? Old enough to kick your butt? Yeah, he's a juvenile.
Yes. So
and then he goes. What did they ask him? We need to take pictures of you, and he's like, why don't you stick those CDs up your butt? And Lucas is like, because it would hurt a lot, Warren. And then they do the little photo shoot with little bastard.
Yeah, but that's.
Oh yeah, that is after they show up because because Rex Manning jumps into one of the pictures.
Yeah, and I thought that was great. So now we're introduced to Jane the Redhead, of course.
Debbie Mazar.
Played by Debbie Mazar.
Debbie Lazar.
Anyways, so...
And her incredible eyes.
Pretty much. She's got Betty Davis eyes. Ding, 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 ding. Anyways, so...
It's amazing we have any listeners.
100%. Do we really?
We
Thank
do.
you.
We
Thank
do.
you. Thank you for listening to us, by the way. So, anyway, this is where Jane the Redhead is introduced to the cast of character, the ensemble.
Me, Joe, you, Jane.
Yes, thank you, Warren. And then we also see Rex Manning, and we're introduced to his character where he's very self-conscious and kind of, you can tell that he's really... And this is another character that I find very interesting that really has a little bit more depth to him.
And there's more depth in the fan version. Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, it's not till the end of the movie.
Oh, he gets a send-off?
Yes.
Does he get a deep monologue like Hamlet where he talks about to bang or not to bang?
No,
That
he
is the
does.
question.
He
Is
does
it
not
another-
get a full soliloquy. No.
In his defense, he was just trying to eat lunch. For Pete's sake, poor guy. He just wanted to eat lunch.
But
You
he
know?
did have a bad haircut.
He did. He did.
They butchered his hair.
Lots of bad haircuts in this movie.
Mutton chops. You gotta love the mutton chops in the 90s. Because that was relegated. Oh, Michael Bolton is who I thought he was, kind of, sort of. Like he would have been Michael Bolton-esque.
Yeah.
Or like Michael Bolton, kind of like
problem
John
is-
Cougar Mellencamp.
The problem is Michael Bolton is cool. Like they made Michael Bolton cool.
Yeah, they made Michael
cool
Bolton
now.
cool
Now,
again.
yeah, now.
But for a brief time, like...
Yeah.
Can I touch you there? Touch you deep inside.
I think they were trying to kind of make him like cool, like a John Stamos Beach Boys-esque Full House type of guy too.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, yeah, I can see that his look is kind of Stamos-esque.
I mean, he's got all that hair on his...
Damn you, John Stamos! No,
I don't
Clone
know what
High
that's
fans.
from.
Yeah.
Who?
Clone
Clone
High.
High.
Again, deep cut. Gotta love it.
Wesley.
Nope.
Yes, that's what I need is a sweater vest. Anyways, moving forward, after the introduction of Rex Manning and, of course, Jane the Redhead.
Jane the Redhead.
Jane the Redhead. There's the aforementioned scene where Rex Manning is involved in the photos, the incriminating photos where it shows Warren Beatty holding his CDs, his plunder, and then eventually you see Rex Manning posing with him, which I thought was just cute. It kind of seems a little bit out of character for Rex Manning that we know of.
It was just a silly montage scene.
Yeah. I mean, it is, but it doesn't seem towards his character.
Yeah.
Because he really doesn't want to be there, like he said.
But it kind of does because he's vain. Like, you put a camera in front of him and he'll be there.
Yeah, and he does. That actor has $1 million smile. And his daughter was...
His daughter was the ballerina.
Yes.
Yeah.
That kicks Mark.
Yep.
Yeah. By the way, beautiful daughter. Wish her well. But anyways, moving forward. So then we have cut to the Corey rehearsal where AJ is basically doing this awkward rehearsal where it's like...
A hot bath.
Hey, you know what would be great? Corey. No, that's stupid. So stupid. And you see him on the roof. Who works in this place? Seriously, like.
Well, he was supposed to be on the roof. He was fixing the sign because the sign went out.
Yeah, that is true. Okay, never mind. And it still flickered out at
which
the end.
Which is also only in the cut where you actually were told that the sign went out. Mark goes into Joe's office and he's like, the sign's out again. I don't know why.
But it's daytime. Who knows about the sign?
You really don't need a lot of people working because everybody's there for Rex Manning.
That's
so you
Rex
need
Manning
Jane the
Day.
redhead. And then you need one person to help, like, just move the line.
Yeah.
But then you need the people that work at the store.
Yeah.
Yeah, but nobody was really shopping. They were, we got a shoplifter, but you don't see people, like,
well, you see at the
browsing.
end.
I'm talking about right now.
Yeah, you're right. You're correct.
You got people shaving their heads, people only wearing aprons, people shoplifting, people on the roof, people crying because she made an ass of herself and Rex Manning, people eating lunch. Right?
Yep.
People eating blue cheese.
So fast forward now to we're about halfway through the film. Liv Tyler character Corey tells Joe that she's bringing Rex Manning his lunch. And Joe goes, no.
We didn't even go over the autograph signing.
Oh, please. Autograph signing. Go ahead.
The line, the people in the autograph thing was great. The one younger person, he's like, what's your name? And I care.
Laura, Linda.
Yeah, she's like, it's not even my name. It's my mom's name. She loves you. I've never even heard of you. And he's like, oh, that's great. Does she still have all of her teeth?
Oh yeah, and then
the opera singer lady.
Yes, and also the kind of like teacher looking woman is like, I loved you when I was a kid. You were my favorite.
Oh yeah, you were my favorite growing up.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite now?
You. It's still you. Oh yeah, you.
Yeah.
Right. And you can tell, like, and again, that's his character, where I can see that being something that it's another day, another stop. He's heard it 1,000 times. So this is more self-entertaining for him than anybody else. Like, he's done this 1,000 times. So I can see that.
But you can also see him breaking down a little mentally.
It's the equivalent of, like, Bret Michaels now. I feel like if Bret Michaels was in like a record store and people came up or whatever, like, you were my favorite in the 90s, you and Poison.
Rose has it
right.
for
Who's your favorite now?
Yeah.
You? Like, I used to watch Rock of Love and
You were great as Banana in Masked Singer. Yeah.
Was he the banana?
He was the banana.
Okay. Look at
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Look at them up in their game with people.
I've stopped watching that.
Banana.
Oh boy. Okay, may I progress?
Well, yeah.
Okay. Well, and also you see, around this time period, you get introduced to Mitchell, and you realize that he's a prick.
Yep.
And basically, Mitchell is pretty much what we know as the Jeremy Piven type of character. Mm-hmm. Kind of a prick, kind of quippy, so on and so forth. Definitely oozes the man in corporate, lifestyles.
He doesn't care about music. He doesn't care about any of the store. He just wants it to make money.
Yeah, where he wants to be Bath and Bidets.
Yes. Beck's Bath and Bidet.
And we'll talk about another film soon about bidets, but that's another episode, another time. But that's a tease. You're welcome.
So many bidets.
Have
you tried a bidet?
Yes, I have.
Have you tried a bidet?
Like many, many years ago.
My parents have a bidet, and yeah, it's...
Do they?
Oh,
Why
yeah.
have I never been introduced to this bathroom with the bidet?
It was during the pandemic.
Upstairs.
During the pandemic, because the whole toilet paper pandemic.
Okay, that's enough of that.
Oh, that's where we stop. Okay, all right. Anyways, so we get Corey, who is there's a great scene with Corey and Joe where she's insisting on bringing Rex Manning his lunch.
Burko is.
Yeah, no, Joe, I'm going to bring his lunch.
Burko is.
No, Joe, I'm bringing him his lunch.
Burko.
Joe,
I'm bringing Rex's lunch.
Oh, and that scene where okay, all right. So, and from there you see her basically Walt Disneying this copy room as much as possible, where she has this beautiful setup, candles, all this fun stuff for Rex Manning. And Rex Manning, bless his soul, you can see how he's just tired, the character, and he's like, okay, yeah, this is great, awesome, thank you. And then
he becomes a dick.
Well, yeah. Now, my wife and I had an argument on this one. I said he did that thing because he could see where this was going, and he just wanted to move it along.
In the theatrical cut, yes, I can see that.
Okay, sorry. Okay,
in the fan remix, he actually takes a bottle of blue cheese, undoes his pants, squirts it onto himself, and he's like, "Go ahead."
Squirts it where?
On his junk.
Get out of here.
And he's like, "I hope you like blue cheese."
Ew, well, I'm so glad they cut that out.
Yeah, because now
he's like rock and roll.
Yeah, that doesn't have as much sympathy
for him. Because I thought he was just tired and he knew she was just flirting with him.
Young girl, get out of my heart.
Gross.
Your favorite song.
Actually, that's not a terrible song. I mean, I don't like any song that talks about young girls. And so like those songs that were back then, we had a conversation about this a couple weeks ago at Trivia. It bothers me so much on how these were okay. But that
she
one
was just 17, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's my number one. But that one, the song isn't bad. I don't know. It's hard to explain.
Anyways.
The tune is good.
Yeah, but no, that one is just no. Oh, but that's gross. And why does it have to be blue cheese?
Well, what's funny is because I actually watched the film. My mom came in while the film was going on. I was doing the typical artist thing and drawing, and she was trying to be a good mother of a teenager, try and bond with me. And she's going, "Oh, what you watching? Oh, okay." By the way, my mom hates when I do impressions of her on the podcast, so here you go, Mom. I love you.
I thought maybe she'd spoil it for you, like
Sixth Sense. No, because this was when it was at its peak, being shown on HBO. Like,
what you watching?
Like, you know how Shawshank Redemption's shown? That's how HBO was showing Empire Records. So she sees that scene. She goes, "Oh, look at her. Oh, her bra and panties don't match. Oh, she doesn't know." Literally, like, she's giving me inside baseball right there, and I didn't realize it until I got a little bit older. And I'm like,
because it was Gina's lucky bra.
Uh-huh. Yeah, exactly. And she goes, "Oh, she's wearing cotton panties, a cute little bra thing. Oh, baby, what are you doing? Oh, baby, what are you doing, sweetheart?" And I'm just like, Mom, this is not as hot when you're commenting. Mom, go away. So anyway, and you see that in the scene. So when I rewatched it, I saw the same thing where you see Liv Tyler. Oh, by the way, a little bit of tidbits on that. She was 17 when that was shot, so she actually had to have a chaperone during that scene.
Yeah, it was her stepfather.
No, it was not. It was somebody. It was her mom. It was Bebe.
It was Bebe.
Bebe.
Or BB. I don't know.
Like the designer?
Yeah, it's Bebe. She's a model, so I don't know.
I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. I don't know the Tyler family story.
I don't know either.
Bebe.
But excuse me. So of course, then now the whole scene completely tilts itself because of the non-theatrical version.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
how crude.
But it could have still been the same intention. Like, I'm going to do something really disgusting, so you leave me alone.
Yeah, you're correct. Because now, did it have the same lead up where you could tell he just wanted to have his lunch? It's like, okay, thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
And it just clicked. He's like, "Hope you like blue cheese." And
yeah, so Yeah.
Instead of just cutting him to saying rock and roll.
Well, I hope that Renee Zellweger's character likes blue cheese. She got it. Kind of puts a whole new spin on tossing salad. Just saying. Okay.
That poor copy machine.
So now we get to the next scene where the two girls are almost like having a debriefing, where Corey and
you get Corey running to the roof.
Yeah, and AJ.
And AJ.
Oh yeah,
because
that's
it's 137.
Right. Oh, that's right. So Corey's to the roof, and it's just horrible, awkward timing. He's pouring, and she's like, "This is really bad timing right now." In her little Liv Tyler voice, and poor Corey.
AJ takes it personally.
Yeah, and then you see the dynamics of their relationship where he is completely locked in the friend zone. So he's completely in that friend zone. He's not getting out of that friend zone. She made that quite evident. It's like, I love you, but our friendship is deeper than that. And kind of
blah blah blah.
Yeah. No, you're such a great guy.
I always thought Corey looked like he could be a little gay.
You mean AJ?
I mean, yeah, AJ.
Well, he's an artist.
I just don't think they go together.
The worst, though, you're like my brother.
Yeah.
That's just cut ties. I'm done with you now.
He seems like her young brother. She seems older to me in this movie.
Now I know why he was grinding on Deb. Yeah.
Deb is Robin Tunney.
Yes.
Deb is Robin Tunney.
G.I. Jane.
She didn't play G.I. Jane.
It's because of her hair.
Oh.
Like Jada.
Oh, God. Don't keep her name out of your mouth, man. Come on. Anyways. So
Since 2016.
So moving forward. Then we have the debriefing of the girls, and then it becomes, here's your bra back, and
another great line.
What, turbo slut?
No, when they leave.
Oh, your thingy. Yeah.
Hey, you forgot your thingy.
Yeah. So before we get to forgot thingy, we see the dynamic, and this is where, again, it was actually a really good scene. I really liked it.
It really gave both characters depth.
Yeah, where they're friends, but now because of the turmoil and frustration that they're facing in their own personal goals.
Yeah. And the fact that Gina cannot see the fact that hooking up with someone is such a hard endeavor for, Corey. Yeah. And Corey's freaking out, and Gina's like,
well, because Gina's character doesn't value sex as
right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. She doesn't see it as such a hard endeavor to do.
It's like almost like a cigarette. Yeah, hey, can I have a cigarette? Sure, Here you go. Whereas Corey, no, it's a situation where she wants to make candles and.
What do you mean you can't whistle?
But you know what? There's an interesting thing because they bang in that same copy room that AJ made or Corey made so nice to make it such a pretty sight, spruce it up. Whereas nope, Gina. Just said, nope, on the copy machine, let's go.
Yeah.
I like that blue cheese.
Gina.
Go for it. Yep. So...
Gina.
What's
up?
Then you see the scene where Renee Zellweger gets pissed off after the exchange and being called a turbo slut by her best friend, that she now sets her sights on Rick Manning, and she's sitting next to him.
Good old Rick Manning.
Or Rex Manning. Sorry, Rick Manning.
I like all these 90s movies that turbo slut, and then Clueless is like, you're just a virgin who can't drive. Like they just they think they're those are hardcore insults.
Yeah.
Turbo slut?
That's like a Judas Priest song.
Yeah, it almost sounds like you're a superhero slut.
Yeah, that
Turbo
sounds like
slut.
That sounds like something that deserves a MAGA run. Seriously, it's like turbo slut.
Turbo slut will return after these messages.
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds funny to me.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
After Dragon Ball Z.
Turbo slut.
Last time on Turbo Slut. Anyway, so moving forward there. So then we have Renee Zellweger, and you kind of see how she operates. And that was a pretty interesting scene with Rex Manning, where she basically is hitting on him, and Rex is like, let's do this, fine, whatever. And she says, I can tell, it's a gift. I can tell what type of underwear you're wearing. Oh, yeah?
I mean, we all knew what kind of underwear he was wearing.
I didn't know he was wearing navy blue.
I don't know. He just looked like
blue jockeys.
I don't know. What did you think he was wearing? Thongs?
Well, and to be honest with you,
I don't know the color.
Just playing devil's advocate, that also says a little bit about his character, because he's not wearing some silky boxers. He's not wearing designers. Mm-hmm. He's wearing store-bought.
He's wearing dad shorts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's wearing jockeys, which is kind of in the same regards. I think they're a little bit cheaper than Fruit of the Loom. I think slightly. I don't remember.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just think that means he knew going in that this was work related, and he didn't think he was going to get ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And so it's all Corey's fault.
Yeah, and he's not going to get a free lunch. He's not going to turn down a free lunch, clearly. But anyways, so blue jockeys, and now we cut to a scene.
Blue jockeys.
Yes, blue jockeys, and we see him starting to go to the printing room, and they start going at it. Now we cut to AJ painting in the wind. Now, if you've ever painted, that's difficult in itself. Painting in the wind is just a pain in the ass. I mean,
but
it really
it's such
is.
a great shot.
It is. It's a great shot, but no one paints in the damn wind.
AJ does because he's an artiste.
Oh, you and your artist. Jealous? Yes, I am.
That scene actually struck a chord with me because of being the always overlooked, love-strung teenager, and she came up to him and he's like, don't try to fix this.
Yeah, and that's where she says, "You're my best friend."
Yeah,
and I wrote "kiss of death." It's like, like seriously, like, oof. He's on a plane going south. She's on a plane going north. Like, there you go. That's two characters right there. Pretty much she's spelling it out, which is bad because her character thinks that she's saving that moment.
Right.
And she doesn't realize how far that dagger is throwing through, which makes the ending even more stupid in terms of, because
it's a happy ending.
I get it, but you did so much work to this, so on and so forth. And that's
and minds can change.
In a day?
Sure.
Granted, in their defense, it is 2 days, so they chopped it up to
it was
2
shot.
days.
Yeah, it was shot for making 2 days.
Yeah, so I think what we see in the ending is theatrical is probably after the second day, but still, I mean, 24 hours. I don't want to be with a girl who switches like that. Okay, seriously. My heavens.
If it's in my favor, I'll take what I can get.
Yeah, but that's one of those, she throws your blue jockeys at you, said this was a mistake. Don't call me.
Hey, you know what? It's better than not happening at all.
It's better love and loss than love and not have.
Yep, that's the saying.
It's better to...
Yeah, give or take. And now, so from there you see basically copy machine sex. I wrote Joe having a bad day. I don't remember what the context of.
I mean,
it's just
that's when movie is about Joe.
That's when Jane quits.
Oh, that's right.
Which is longer in my version. She actually comes in and talks about how she's just there as a figurehead. She hates her job and she doesn't know what she wants to do with her life. And then she's just like, I'm just gonna go.
Huh. I like that scene better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because in the theatrical version, she's like, it's Rex. I'm just done.
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, you can't quit. Like, in the theatrical version, it's like, why is Joe so upset that she's leaving?
Yeah, he doesn't like Rex Manning. So
right. Who cares?
Yeah, and you're losing your store next week, so I don't give two flying fucks.
Yeah, in this cut, in the fan cut, it actually shows that they have kind of this rapport going on. That they're the two mature people.
Yeah.
In this world of children, including Wex Mamming.
Wex Mamming.
And then he starts playing AC/DC.
Yeah, and then we get the AC/DC scene, which, again, musical break, if you will. And then you get
where Warren just starts moshing with nobody.
yes, and they're just kind of going. Yeah, that's where it kind of again, tale of like multiple films. Like it's very schizophrenic.
It's the 90s.
Yeah, you're correct. You can
The
have
the 90s were extreme.
Oh, extreme.
Everything was extreme in the 90s.
So we're almost about to start the third act of the film. Allison, any notes that you have?
No notes.
No notes.
My notes are just overall thought of the movie.
All right. So we're led to Mark and the Guar trip scene where he's eating brownies, and then he basically, for those of you who haven't seen the film, think of Freddy's Dead, where the character
with Breckenmeyer scene.
Yeah. Hey, was Seth? I think his name is Seth or whatever. Let's trip out.
But with Guar.
Yeah, but with Guar. And what's interesting about that is that was actually taped in front of an actual Guar performance.
Yes.
It was impromptu. Guar was actually playing in Wilmington, I believe, North Carolina. And so Eddie, the actor Eddie, and the actor who plays Mark,
Ethan Embry.
Yeah, they go to the show. They ended up talking to the director, and the director kind of impromptu filmed this. Said, hey, this is great. Talk to Guar. Guar's like, yes, let's do this. And for those of you who don't know who Guar is, watch the film. It spells it out there, but yeah, they're a fun little psychotic mock.
They're
satanic.
horror sci-fi performance art.
Yeah, it's
that
fun.
if you go to their show, you will be covered in blood and semen. Not real blood and real semen.
Why are they throwing sailors at it? People?
You would think it'd be dangerous.
I'm on shore leave. Oh boy,
I'm just here for my gal.
Okay. So, anyways, yeah,
because all sailors are from the 40s.
I'm falling, but check the gams on her.
No.
Anyways, so moving forward.
Yes, we're bringing back Brogue and Gams.
Yeah,
Great.
but no Muppets. There you
You've
go.
already done Muppets.
No, I have not. We know now. I
did the trifecta.
Anyways, so if you were playing Roman's Bingo, go ahead and play the Muppets mention on Roman's Bingo. Thank you.
If we ever have a soundtrack, we should call it Brogue and Gams.
Anyways, so
it's like Simon and Garfunkel. Brogue and Gams.
So then we get, of course, the trip out scene with Mark, and he's being eaten alive on the Guar show. That's where I have Jane will come back for dinner. Maybe we can have dinner sometime. That's where I have it on my notes. Cut to AJ having a heart-to-heart talk, I believe, with Eddie, and they're talking about how they're AJ and Corey are in two different parts of their life. She's literally going to Harvard, man. Do you know where Harvard is?
Well, like it's hard.
Yeah, it is.
Not Harvard Law.
Yeah. So
Wait, there's two different things?
Well, I mean, it's two different buildings.
Yeah, but it's the same. Yeah, but anyway,
you got into Harvard Law?
What? Like it's hard?
Yeah. So you find that out about him, and that really starts propelling AJ towards his decision at the end of the film. Is there any continuity there in your version?
No, but I really do like that talk because it makes Eddie more of a character and less of a caricature.
Yeah, I agree.
Because he's up to this point, he's just been like the clueless stoner guy. You forgot your thingy, type of thing, and he's like he spouts out some good jargon at that time.
So Corey's looking for a win. Corey is looking for a win, and she starts doodling, and she makes a card to Deb, and it's an invitation to Deb's funeral.
Didn't the dance happen before that?
No.
Yeah, because that was when everyone wasn't getting along.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, that was
because it was right after the rooftop scene.
Yeah. Okay. You're right. So now we clue the the dance scene where basically all the main characters are pulling either each other for a dance or some of the extras for a dance. And
the entire store was dancing. It was like a scene from the Blues Brothers.
Yeah, this is when she had the apron on. Right?
No,
that happened early on.
This was when
that's when Rex Manning shows up, is when she's wearing.
She's wearing the apron.
Yeah, this was when Deb takes off AJ's shirt and starts licking him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're basically
there's lots of dancing.
Yeah,
no working, just dancing.
I hope you're having fun.
You can't do this at a Music Town.
No, you can't do this at Music Town. No dancing at a Music Town. No laughing at a Music Town. No decent prices.
No gum chewing, no tattoos, no piercings.
Nope.
No fun.
Nope. None at all. Not at Music Town. No, sir.
Why do you sound like that?
Because this is how Music sounds like, okay?
Okay.
If you don't like it, sit on a record needle and spin it.
I got to return some videotapes.
That's not at Music Town. We only do music in Music Town.
Music Town.
You're looking at Video Town, which is right next to Music
Video Town.
You're looking at Video Village.
Exactly.
Which is next door.
Like GameStop and wasn't it Music Stop or whatever, where they had the...
I don't know.
The variation of... Anyways.
There was a Blockbuster Music.
There was, and I used to love that.
I did too.
$19.99
You could sit there and
CDs.
listen to the CD before you buy it.
Right? You could watch them just open it in front of you.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah, slowly.
You could do that at the record stores too, so why not do the CDs?
And they taught me the corner thing to get the thing off. Yep.
Good old Blockbuster.
The corner thing to get the thing off. Now, without there being flying sailors, I don't really know what you're talking about.
To get that...
What's going on here?
To get that plastic thingy off.
Yeah, to get into the plastic, you would rub it on the corner because they had like the CDs had like the jagged sides.
Yeah.
And you rub it on a hard corner and it would just shave off the thing.
So what you do here, kid, is just rub the CD right here on the corner. There you go. I used to learn this on my ship.
And then to get those stupid plastic part off, you would take the other hinge off and wrap it around and it would come right off.
Okay, fun trivia time, folks. Remember back in the day where CDs came in a packaging?
Yes, in a long box.
Ah, damn it. I was going to see if you guys knew the name of that.
It was called Long Box?
Yeah, it was a long box.
Oh, I just it was a long plastic thing.
And I learned that from Art Alexakis.
No, this was before the plastic thing. They were the long cardboard boxes.
Oh, those. Yeah,
Yes.
that was my first CD. But then after that, I would eat the long plastic things and I would stick them on my wrist and I would go do 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 do.
So for those of you who can't see the motion that Alice is making,
you can tell what I'm doing
she's
because
plate spinning.
I'm doing carnival music. It's the same thing I do with hangers.
You spin them around
Still.
your arms?
On my fingers.
Oh, okay. I was saying, did you do the fingers?
I do it on my wrists and I do it on my foot.
I'm not going to lie. I hang a hanger on my neckline of my shirt and say,
There's
"Honey,
no
I'm
hanger
hung."
in the world that fits around your neck.
No, around my neckline.
Oh, I thought you meant you stretch it over your neck.
No.
That would break the hanger.
Oh, trust me.
Your neck is
If you whisper
ginormous.
whisper sweet things to the hanger, it
You
will open up for
weeper,
you.
sweet whisper.
Yeah, there you go.
Yay.
Oh yeah. Anyway, so let's move forward. Let's Sailor, come on, hi.
I'm here to see my gal.
Anyway,
Throwback.
there you go. So the faux funeral starts. Can we agree on that? Is that where we're at now?
yes. We are going on an hour and a half now. So let's.
Yes.
Get
So
it
the
going.
faux funeral, and then
Funeral.
You see everyone talking about themselves and not really so much about Deb. It starts off about Deb, and then they're all talking about themselves. This is where we find a lot of the.
There's a lot of character exposition in this.
Yeah. And we find out the backstory of Lucas. We find the backstory of everybody, yada yada, and that's really
Which is funny because Gina's like, I thought this was about me, and she didn't even want to do it.
Exactly.
Not Gina, Deb. But Gina does show up after being sent home for not being fired.
And then to break the scene, and I forgot to touch on, Warren gets taken away to jail by cops.
Yes.
I forgot to bring
You'll
that
be
up.
sorry.
Yes, and he comes back with a vengeance, with a 6-shooter gun.
The gun.
Yes.
Yes, which, that's really hard.
And we find out a hard truth.
Go ahead.
His name isn't fucking Warren.
My name's not Warren!
Oh, nuts.
I thought his name was Warren.
no. And he's just pissed off because Joe does nothing with Lucas, but he took him to jail for stealing records.
Right.
So, yeah. Joe, come on, Joe.
And also we see Deb be a badass bitch.
Yeah.
The fact that she has nothing to lose, she walks up right to the gun and basically disarms Warren.
Yep.
And
she's gonna kill herself anyways. So.
Yep. That's what I mean. She has nothing to lose.
I know. I'm agreeing with you.
I know.
Yep.
Yeah. Go ahead and kill me.
Exactly. So then we see Warren again.
I talked to God. She said, "Yo, what's up?"
Yeah. Again, great one-liners there. Great little quips.
Mhm.
I mean, there's a lot of interesting stuff here that really, I think, just was not completely understood. And one of the reasons it wasn't understood is when this film was screened, it was only screened twice. First time was for teenagers only in LA, okay? And it did moderately. And then it was screened again for a group of Latinos, all Latino kids. And they didn't like it because they couldn't understand it or relate to it, really.
Mm-hmm.
That's stupid for them to do that.
100%. A $10 million film.
I don't even get that.
They invested $10 million and they put it on, mi gente, my people.
To be fair, it is Warner Brothers, and they're not really the smartest people.
No, they aren't. Yeah. I don't get your vision. Can we take Josh Whedon? He did really good with the Avengers. Let's make him do it.
As much as I love my DC and my Matrix, there's nothing really good about Warner Brothers aside from Looney Tunes.
So Warren is led back to jail, and then we're led to this "It's a Wonderful Life" money scene where they're all fretting over losing the store, and they all get together. Deb has $1,800. Bam! It's just
she sold her scooter.
I think that's part. I don't remember.
No, that was in the theatrical cut.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
because she was the first one. She's like, "Here, boom, $1,800. I sold my scooter."
Oh, that's right. That's right. I think her and Burko had a conversation about that or something like that.
I don't know.
Yeah. But so it's this wonderful life scene. Oh,
and then Deb gives AJ like a side eye look because he's like, here's $30 from Deb's buttons that she made.
What I thought was hilarious is Jane goes, "Oh, and here's $600 from Rex Manning's fund." Isn't that illegal? Just saying, shouldn't you give that back to the record company?
Probably not, because it's probably like the per diem.
Okay, yeah, so it was probably food and hotel room and all that fun jazz.
Ranch dressing.
Yes,
I'm
lots
sorry,
of ranch
blue
dressing.
cheese.
Get it right.
That's what I know.
Yeah.
Ranch dressing's okay.
Yes, blue cheese.
So
no.
Blue cheese gets into places.
Well, and blue cheese has chunks. That's just putting it over the top.
So while
that's
the
a UTI just waiting to happen.
While the "It's a Wonderful Life" montage is showing, or money grab, where everyone's like, "Here's $20. I was saving this for this. Here you go."
This is still not enough.
Well, shit. Hold on, Mark. What are you doing? I'm gonna go to the live taping.
I'm gonna be on the TV. Well, I mean, they are watching it on a damn black and white television.
Yeah, which I love.
I'm sorry, it's not black and white. It's black and green.
Excuse me, it's monochromish.
Yes, it is. It's like a monochrome monitor.
Yeah, exactamundo. So you see Mark it's like, yeah, so what happened is this guy was shooting, but that's not what is important right now. And he completely
having a party.
Yeah, and save, damn the man, save the empire.
And then we get the amazing Plowed by Sponge during the party making montage. This is just
Plowed by Sponge.
The song Plowed by Sponge.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
yeah, it sounded funny the way you said that.
Yeah, and I'm like, wait.
Sponge plowed who?
Yeah, because I have Lucas explains everything to Mitchell, and I don't remember that. So
it's basically the best song from the movie.
Well, I love Sponge. I mean, Wax Ecstatic.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, that was...
And Molly.
Yeah.
16 candles down the drain.
Yeah, I love you. Don't ask why. Anyways.
Welcome to our music podcast.
Plowed is the best because of the opening. It's just good.
Yeah, it's got that driving.
Yeah, it's just good.
You know, I made a music video for that once.
Really?
I think Allison's heard that story.
I have not.
Because
I should have said I had.
Because of this movie.
Yes.
So close.
I made a music video for it using a camcorder and 2 VCRs because that's what I had in 1996. And I used the Death Star run from Star Wars and made a music video out of Plowed, and it came out really good.
So you took a scene from Star Wars and put Plowed over it?
Well, I edited it. I edited it right. I mean, I didn't just like play the scene and put the song. Put the song over.
Why did you need 2 VCRs?
Well, I needed one to play the movie and one to record.
Oh, got it.
It's okay. I had this.
And then I used the camcorder to record the audio through the audio in for the CD player.
What was the audio?
Plowed by Sponge.
If you have it, post it on our Facebook page.
I have it on a VHS somewhere in this house.
Somewhere in the house. So, speaking of somewhere in the house, let's continue on. Lucas,
we're almost there.
We are so almost there. Montage comes about where basically they decide to basically have this big party, and that's how they're going to make the money because they're short about $6,000 to make up for the $9,000 that they were supposed to put up. Which my math, having actually done closeouts in retail stores, what did they make that day? Okay, first and foremost. Okay, so yeah, you're short $9,000 from yesterday, but today, hey, cool. Rather than, no, let's sell our ass off, and no, we got to make up the $9,000.
Well, they sold all the art, too. That's real expensive art.
Yes, and Jane was basically, no, you need to make it higher. Make yourself desirable. And the art was really cool. Whoever was the artist that donated that stuff, do showcase that onto
like the
film.
the Gloria Estefan picture that Mark made out with.
I don't have a problem with that. Remember, I'm half Cuban, so yeah, Gloria Estefan is pretty much goddess in our house. Yeah, pretty much.
You have a votive candle to her.
Oh yeah.
She's on the candle.
Yeah.
There's no Virgin Mary, it's Virgin Gloria Estefan.
Yeah,
Come on, Gloria.
Every time I broke up, my dad would sit with a guitar in his hand go, I realize you're seeing someone new. It's okay, boy. Just cry. No, these times he doesn't love you like I do.
Oh, Gloria's good.
She is.
Is your home stereo called the Miami Sound Machine?
You're making fun of my culture now? Anyways.
Well, yeah.
Okay, well, thank you.
Can you imagine if they had social media? Like how many? No, I'm just saying how many people would have showed up to the party?
100%.
Because really, right? They're just hoping people that are wandering around,
watching the news, and
right.
Yeah.
Which
those 3 old ladies sharing a beer.
Yeah. So just saying.
Hey, Tommy, did you see what's on the news? Apparently, Empire Records needs our help.
Yes.
Did you catch the newsreel?
I did. I
was just in port seeing my gal, and I wanted to save the Empire.
Wait, the guy with the gams?
The guy with the gams. The guy with the gams that works over at the Empire.
Bazinga! Let's go ahead, make haste.
23 skidoo.
Anyways.
Let's make haste.
Yes. We became Elizabethan very quickly. Must make haste.
I'll take the automobile, you'll take the velocipede.
Anyways, you mean to the place that used to be bathroom bidets and more? Yeah. That always hits the spot. Anyways.
One of them fell off a cliff. You mean the one with the bathroom bidets?
Drove off the cliff.
Oh boy. Oh boy. So anyways,
so Gina gets sugar high.
Yes, Gina finally supports her dream. She
sugar high. I just can't stand that.
Sugar
she bothers
high.
me so much.
Oh, that scene makes me so happy.
I'm not talking about the scene. I'm talking about her.
And her little dancing.
Hate it.
Well, which is funny because
it's her dream.
She's the same actress that killed it in Chicago. So, hey, high five to her.
Good for her.
But, so you see the Scooby-Doo ending where they're performing. Gina gets to live her dream and sing in the band. I'm sorry, you have a dude with a guitar this whole time. He's a dick if he didn't at least, hey, you want to sing with us? I mean, come on. Just say, hey, can I sing with you? Yeah, sure. Whatever. I'm cool.
Well, I mean, she did sing. I mean, she was invited to sing with them, but it was her first time singing lead.
Ah, there you go.
She was scared.
Yes.
was screwed.
And then
they all get up on the roof after. Oh, well, first Joe buys the store from Beck.
Because Mitchell says, hey, look,
you love this place. I hate it.
You see Mitchell basically trying to run the store, and that was so like a 1960s monkeys-esque situation where I can't deal with these shenanigans. The hooligans are running loose. They're trying to get me money, and I don't know how to work the register. Warren Beatty, save me.
And Warren was released.
Yes.
From an armed robbery
with blanks.
Yes. But
for the second time.
He still was a gun. He was released like an hour later.
Yeah. So it's Scooby-Doo ending. So
there's nothing wrong with the Scooby-Doo ending.
Nothing wrong with Scooby-Doo.
So now we get on the roof.
Well, and that's where Corey.
AJ's already on the roof.
Yeah, AJ
fixing the sign.
Take two, with Corey, and he goes, "Hey, I'm going to study art in Boston so I can be near you." And then the same girl, not but in the time of the film, who said, you're a really good friend, suddenly realizes, yeah, you're what I wanted.
It's a happy ending.
Yes, it's a happy ending.
It's like the Can't Hardly Wait ending. Kind of.
Yeah, a little bit. She came and she saved me, she saved me.
And she shaved me.
And I want you to say, oh, of course.
Turned it into a jig.
Then we have the Jim Blossom song as the outro.
No, we don't.
No,
we have "This Is the Day" by the.
Oh yeah, that's right. This
one of the best songs to come out of the '80s.
The.
It's the.
Yes. Okay.
Not the.
Yeah. Which I only found out because it was in an M&M commercial.
It wasn't. It was. It was the.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
It was the design your own M&M's commercial.
Yeah, I have in my notes worst ran record store ever. Then we have the after credit scene in Primus versus Pixies. And there you go.
And in 5 years, they will have closed because then you'd have Apple coming out.
Yeah, well, this was 95.
Mom and Pop record store still
so maybe
thrive.
10 years.
Well, the store that was based off of, so the woman who wrote it worked in a...
It was a Tower Records.
Tower Records in Phoenix. And that Tower Records stood until 2008. So let's just say hypothetically that's going to run its course, so right around that time period. So it would have had a good run, and probably Lucas probably took it over. Joe retired to Florida.
Joe died.
I can see maybe
Joe got with Jane, and they just moved to the jungle.
Joe,
Jungle Book.
Well, I mean, Jane showed up again.
Yeah,
she came back.
Yeah.
What was that song? I do both Joe and Jane. No, I do both Jane and... What was it?
Jay and Jane.
Oh, Jay and Jane. Okay.
Mary Jay and... Yeah.
I do both Jay and Jane. Okay. It would have been better if it was Joe and Jane, because then we could say it was...
Yeah.
So, like I mentioned before, in the fan cut, during the Sugar High scene, Rex Manning comes back to the store.
No applause.
And he kind of gets this terrible reception for him coming back, and then they realize that he's just as messed up as they are, and they just kind of bond together, and it's a happy ending for Rex Manning.
Okay. Should it be a happy ending for him?
Why not?
Because he's pretty much sexually harassed somebody.
Technically he was sexually harassed first.
Yeah, he was just reacting.
Yeah.
I don't think that makes it okay.
The first part, if it was, that's another conversation.
I mean, a 17-year-old was trying to seduce him.
Yeah, after he said multiple times, no thank you, no thank you, no thank you.
Like The Crush.
Yeah, that's a nope. Swipe right. Swipe right. Swipe right.
Left.
What does
Swipe
right
left.
mean?
Swipe left.
Swipe left.
Know.
It's a Tinder thing.
But which one is good and which one is bad?
Right is good, left is bad.
Oh, so swipe left is what you meant.
Swipe left. Anyways.
Swipe or no swiping.
All right. Well, so that was the review on Empire Records.
It wasn't a review. You basically just talked the whole movie.
Well, yeah.
It was it was an hour and a half breakdown.
That was a lot. We didn't even talk about why it's an ensemble movie.
Nope. We just talked about
okay.
the movie.
So why is it an ensemble?
All right. Episode 2 of Empire Records.
Why was it an ensemble movie?
Why was it?
Yeah.
Well, according to our our initial definition, the entire movie had cast of characters that had kind of the same amount of screen time.
Okay.
All working together. All had scenes together.
Yeah. Okay. Any
and they all had fleshed out stories.
Okay.
That wasn't part of my definition, though. So I'm just.
Your cut, sure.
Yeah, I'm just. That is
in
true.
our cut, not so much.
That is true. If you look at your cut has more stories.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah, there you go.
We got the wrong cut.
Yeah, there you go.
We got the wrong cut, baby.
We got stabbed. We didn't get cut. We got stabbed. All right, so that was Empire Records. So,
how did? Do you have any like critic reviews or anything?
We've been kind of going through it, touching base through this.
You don't have like
critic reviews.
So,
I can
what do you got, Adam?
Reviews.
Any
I don't know. I
He did something different. Critic reviews. It wasn't good.
No, it wasn't a lot. It was panned. It was a mess. It wasn't really regarded very well critically nor commercially. Is what we know, and we touched on throughout. So I was trying to do something a little bit different with this episode, where we kind of blended it in as we're talking about the film a little bit, seeing and sharing stories, and just kind of having some fun with it. So
all of these are good reviews that I'm looking at, but they're users, not critics.
Yeah, no, the original critic reviews, it was a mess, is what I recall. In terms of just being focused on more the story itself is what I was doing. Yeah, overall.
Mom's home.
Okay.
I think it was a good choice for an ensemble movie.
It is. It is probably my favorite in the choice of ensemble movies. Not just because because of the movie itself, but because of the fact that it's a big ensemble movie.
I'll be honest with you. Like, I watched it again, and it really didn't age well, in my opinion.
I completely disagree, but
and that's opinion.
Yeah,
but it's still fun. But it's kind of to me, it's kind of like catching up with that friend who didn't really do much in their life, and they're right exactly where you left them.
Maybe that's why I like it so much, because I am that friend.
No, you're much more.
I don't think so. I don't have any type of
no
thing going on.
You do.
This isn't a therapy session. This is just
okay.
A disagreement.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Absolutely.
I did it myself.
All right, so that's what's going on there. And Allison, any final thoughts on?
No, I was just telling Adam the other day that it's a movie that came out kind of around the same time Clueless did, and like other movies, and it just didn't get as much attention. And I think it's because, like, I don't know.
I think it was greenlit because it was an answer to Clerks. It was that type of thought process where it's a variation of where they can explore that idea, and I just don't think that the Warner Brothers really believed in it, because they wanted probably something to push to the teenagers, and the directors wanted to make basically a variation of Dazed and Confused, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah, we're really deep here.
So that was our first episode of our celebrating ensembles. That was Empire Records. That was my choice, and I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Roman, what are your final thoughts on this?
Like I mentioned before, it was fun to a degree, so on and so forth. It was nice to peel back and remember what it's like to be 14 again, and remember the thoughts, remember the awkwardness of watching the film that I associate that are interwoven with this film. But that's just awkward 14-year-old stuff.
Oh, I was 16, 17 at that time, so it really hit me hard. It's still my favorite movie of the entire 1990s. There's just so much of it that I connect with every single character. Like I said in the Real Stories one, there's like a little bit of everybody in me. And I will always treasure this movie, no matter how how much it doesn't age well. I mean, I think it still ages well, especially nowadays, with the whole record stores coming back and people starting to really embrace music in a physical form now. And so that's what I think. So,
all right. Well, we have also part of this Ensembles. We're going to be covering Bullet Train as well as The Predator. So please tune in for those.
Not The Predator.
No, Predator,
yes.
1987.
Because
Predator.
The Predator is a completely different movie.
Yeah, exactly. Just like Suicide Squad and The Suicide Squad.
The
and
Predator is a Shane Black movie.
Alien and Aliens. That might start an argument in some places. Just saying.
It almost did a trivia.
Huh.
It didn't really. People understood it. Anyway, that was it for our first episode. I hope you tune in for our continuing of celebrating ensembles. I could not remember the word celebrating, and that's like our biggest thing here. So on behalf of both Allison and Roman, this is Adam saying have a great time, night, day, whenever you're listening to this, and remember to always celebrate cinema.
Don't forget your thingy!